Alright, well, there you have it.
I got this.
Welcome to another episode of Pitch Please. Got the audio going for those on YouTube. Make sure you guys are following. Right, your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on YouTube. Right, on YouTube we have both the audio version and the video version. Hopefully this will be awesome. All right, well here I am again with my boy Pepe and Luis.
What's up, guys? Or what's up, y'all? We can't say guys. We can't say guys nowadays.
Okay, gotta include everybody.
Yeah, everyone. Women. Yeah, we'll just
yeah,
we'll leave it there.
We'll leave it at that. Welcome everybody. We'll put it that way. All right, so there's a lot to talk about since the last time we met, right? A lot of stuff over the weekend, a lot of news off and on the pitch. But let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about today, like I said, a little bit about what happened over the weekend. Champions League, big games, crazy games, I would say. All right, if you haven't had a chance to watch any of them, we highly recommend it. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what we did today. Yeah?
All right, let's do it. Yeah, Champions League definitely.
It was a great week for Pepe for sure.
It hasn't been disappointing as far as the intensity of the game, but
if you're a Barca fan, you're definitely crying right now.
The outcome, not the greatest for me,
Yeah, so if you guys are listening and you're brand new, Pepe, big Barca fan, Luis, big Real Madrid fan.
Hala Madrid!
So that should tell you a lot already on how each of them are going to be feeling after these last 2 days. All right, so we'll go ahead and talk about something that's been circling the web, social media. Something about our boy Kaká. We haven't heard already. All right, how long was he married for?
I have no idea, but Kaká, he's someone that we grew up watching, and before the whole Cristiano Ronaldo versus Messi Ballon d'Or, wasn't he the one that won?
He was the very last one.
That was him.
But he was a great guy, great player, fantastic player.
And some would even say that Real Madrid ruined his career.
Ooh.
I don't know, but that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about something off the pitch. All right. So if you guys haven't seen already, there's news broke out that he got divorced from his allegedly marriage. Yeah. Yeah. Pepe's going to be on the soundboard today. You've been hearing that. All right. And so he got divorced and news came out. I guess they asked his wife or ex-wife now why or what happened. A lot of people want to know. A lot of people are interested in that kind of stuff. I'm sure like the news, the reporters, everybody. And she said because to sum it up, he was too good of a husband.
No, too perfect.
He was
too perfect.
Too perfect.
Too perfect of a man. And then, that broke out, and people over the internet and everywhere were going crazy, especially guys in particular, But, yeah, that's one of the things that's been kind of circling around. So a lot of people are saying, if he's too good, if Kaká, who's perfect, who's a baller, who won a Ballon d'Or, who's multimillionaire, I'm sure. Religious, yeah. He would always put God and his religion first.
Not a partier.
He wouldn't party. I'm sure he wouldn't do none of this either.
Shout out Maker's Mark.
Yeah, if you guys are just listening and not on the YouTube, just check out the video version of it later so you guys can see what we're talking about.
But first of all, how crazy does that sound? Like, you were too perfect. That's why, things aren't gonna continue. This marriage is ending. As a woman, I would think that's
what they would want.
That's what they would want is the perfect guy, and then they start getting all these ideas in their head that there's no such thing as perfection. But once they do have it, it still doesn't work out. So for me, it's I think she did wrong by bringing it to light, because obviously it's Kaká, one of the, greatest players of one of the best players of all time, in our generation, and it's like for something like that to come out, and for someone like him, like you said, who doesn't get involved in any type of, like
which is fresh because I know we've touched up on a lot of players who are all about that party life and just being crazy. Like he was the complete opposite, and he's just a good example of overall, like not even just player but a human being. And for that to come out and the wife be like, "Oh, I'm not happy. I'm bored in the relationship." It's like, what in the world was she looking for?
Is that what
Walker? Well, girlfriend somewhere and I like somewhere else, dude.
Is that what perfection leads to? Like boredom? Like what? Like they need something there to, keep things relevant or interesting. Yeah, like I don't know.
Dude.
I don't get it.
Yeah, so who knows what her mentality was, man. And if that was the case, like that kind of, at least it makes me wonder, like, what was she doing on her end? Like if she was bored. Like you think she just woke up one day and like, I'm bored. I don't want this anymore.
I wonder if she was talking to him beforehand or what was happening.
Yeah, like there's no communication.
It seems to me that she even said that he wasn't fooling around with anybody. He was very faithful to her. Like,
clearly not, because like he's perfect. A perfect person is not going to go out and cheat, and be unfaithful. So I'm assuming she wasn't perfect.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like she had her own she must have had her own things going on. Then again, we don't know them. Maybe that was just it. But yeah, very unfortunate. It has a lot of people second guessing like relationships and stuff. But
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like it should have just stayed between them two.
Don't go out and say that. Just say, like, oh, like another thing I guess could have said, like, oh, we just fell out of love.
Yeah.
Whatever. People
the
like, oh,
most basic answer, get out of out of jail card.
Yeah, like that. It's up. Like people are at least gonna just be like, oh, okay, like yeah, I guess like it sucks, but I guess it happens.
I think maybe she was someone who liked the fame, who liked the publicity, because obviously it sucks that if they're perfect, a lot of like media is not gonna want to focus on it because what they want is
little drama.
Like, yeah, even
they want drama. Yeah,
especially that he's retired. He's not in the spotlight. They're not being like they're not being talked about. Mm-hmm. Maybe that was something that she was used to. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I watch some reality TV, and a lot of times I kind of think there's a lot of scripted scenes, and so
for sure,
for me it's like like the stuff that they add, that they include, that I don't think is real is things like that where it's drama, it's people fighting, people arguing, just things that don't make sense. But at the end of the day, people want to see that. Like they want entertainment. They don't want to see perfection, because
I guess at the end of the day it is boring.
Yeah.
Did you get?
Yeah, so maybe that also had a good part in it. All right, and then cool. So anything else you want to add on that? Like a guy incident?
No, I think it's just don't worry, Kaka. We're all here for you, man.
I want to ask Luis, is this gonna change your way of being a boyfriend in a relationship? Are you gonna go the perfect? Yeah. Are you gonna go the perfect route?
Question. Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, what's the point? If it happened to him, like, why would we be good?
What would be the exception for us?
Yeah, like, why should we?"
There's
I'm gonna exclude myself from that because that doesn't change the way that I try to be. I mean, obviously, I'm not perfect, but yeah. What do you think, Luis?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good something to find out once I get with somebody or see what happens with her. If it's worth being perfect, or if it's not the right move, or if it's the wrong move to be so perfect.
Yeah, because I feel like for right now that's gonna be what's in people's minds, But I feel like at this point, especially if you've already been in a relationship, it's kind of hard to change your habits, Yeah. So people already kind of set in the way that they are, and I feel like right now, just because it's fresh and it's new, it's what's trending, I guess you can say, they're going to kind of have that mentality. But I feel like at the end of the day, they're going to have to revert back to just the way that they are.
It's like 5 minutes of fame. It's going to start fading out real quick.
Exactly.
It won't last.
I mean, if it kind of makes me feel like hopeless, like this guy has the money, the fame, he's got the family, and that didn't work out for him, dude. So like,
it didn't change her mind to leave.
It sucks.
Honestly, she left. At the end of the day, she wanted a divorce. I'm pretty sure he didn't. And she said that she was bored or she was not
Yeah, I
interested
think
in
that's what she said. She said she just got bored. He was too perfect. But I was like, how do you say someone's too perfect? Like, I don't know. That boggles my mind for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
Kaká should know he should still continue the man he is. Somebody will enjoy that one day.
Yeah, I don't think that'll change him. Especially, with his kid. I feel like that. I don't think that should be it's gonna be like his focus.
So we have Kaká's back. I mean, that's why we brought this up. He was he's a soccer player, a professional soccer player. And we just wanted him to know. We got his back, and it was a lot of confusion there from her part. We just kind of
So if
wanted.
you're listening and you're or watching or both, which would be amazing, we'd love that. Get this out to Kaká. Let them know that we're here.
There you go.
All right, there you have it. That'll end that topic. All right, and then before we get into the juiciness of the Champions League, I guess we can bring up a little Cold Palmer. Yeah.
Afrito.
All right,
It's,
so
like, the way that I put it, it's cold being in 10th place. That's a shout out to Chelsea, and I have to shout out my boy Z Peps because I told him, the United Chelsea match, which was terrible to say the least, honestly. I mean, like I said, that makes United is one of the more entertaining teams. Whether they're good or bad, if you watch them, you're bound to see goals.
Yep.
So, yeah, and there was 7 goals now, and it was a 4-3, 3-2.
it was 3-2, but United was up 2-1 in like the 90th minute,
Yeah,
and somehow Chelsea.
they managed to go to Tottenham and
That,
Arsenal and City and bottle it and Liverpool. Fuck everybody. I'm throwing everybody under the bus because after this week, I think it's safe to say we can do that a little bit.
Shit.
But yeah, shout out to Z-Pads, Chelsea. Cole Palmer with 4 goals. Fastest hat trick, I think, for Chelsea.
I think so, dude.
I mean,
29 minutes.
four goals alone is already like
Yeah.
a huge accomplishment, especially in the EPL against a team like Everton, who I think is not having the best season, but
Yeah.
it's
But at the
still
end of the day, you got to put them
Yeah.
away. A lot of people have a lot of chances, and scoring 4 and being able to put 4 away, it's pretty decent.
And yeah, so I haven't seen his game. His name's Cole Palmer. I haven't seen his game too much, but from what I see, he's very smooth. He
Former Man City player as well.
Yeah.
City sold him. Chelsea.
You think Manchester regrets it right now? He was going to be an academy player.
No, I mean, you want to see stars like that and be in teams outside of
Where they shine.
like Man City having all these talented players. Like they can't just be there. They're not going to get any playing time.
Yeah, they can't just sit and wait.
Yeah, they need to go and go somewhere where they're going to actually start. And
Just saying, they could have needed him to score that little goal or 1 or 2 today, right?
I mean,
Yeah, but then again, at the same time, you're playing against Everton. It's not against playing Real Madrid.
Yeah, sure.
Plus, you got Man City's got Holland. They've got what's his name from Argentina, Alvarez. Julian Alvarez. Like really, this guy just won the World Cup. I highly doubt they're gonna, put him over players like that. Even though I said the same thing last year with Holland. I was like, dude, this guy didn't show up in the Champions League against Madrid. He didn't do anything, and
Big criticism he's receiving for that. But did he have any shots on target?
Well, they were saying that he does not covering the ball very well or not. They're just beating him to it. Rudiger was just on him.
Yeah, Rudiger, that's one of the things he's really specializes in being super aggressive and just
Not afraid
getting to the ball first. Yeah.
He's not afraid.
I mean, he's very vocal too. I mean, that guy will give you an earful. He fits a profile like top 3 center backs in the world. Rudiger for sure. I mean, look at like Liverpool, just falling out of first place. Like they're probably not going to win the EPL.
Nope.
So they got what's his name, Virgil van Dijk. I mean, he was a top. He was up there, but I feel like Rudiger.
Yeah, I think
These last
a
few
lot of
games.
these players have had like their season, and like obviously when Liverpool wins the Champions League, they win the Premier League. Oh, Mo Salah, the best player, Van Dijk, best defender in the world. You know, like they have their moments, but
Yeah.
I think, I mean, would you guys put Virgil van Dijk with like among the best like center backs like of all time, or would you just say of the last like few years? Even that, or
It's maybe the last 5 years. I would have Van Dijk.
up there.
It's just he's just the way he's built.
Yeah.
Like that guy's a tank. He's tall. He's freaking
strong,
muscular. He's strong. He's a strong dude. Intimidating, but
Yeah, for sure.
I think right now probably Rudiger, Ruben Diaz, Van Dijk.
Maguire.
Maguire, of course. Oh, you forgot your boy Araujo, dude.
Top 10. Araujo's top 10. He was top 5.
Barca, I think, bro.
It was top 5.
He was top 5 before yesterday's game, which is something we'll touch on.
Yeah, so
But before we move on, we should do a shout out to Xavi Alonso, dude. Secure the Bundesliga title.
Bundesliga, Germany. Here we go.
cheers to him.
Cheers to him, guys.
Anybody? Apple juice. But yeah, if you guys ain't watching, got that Germany jersey up here. What year was
This is
this? 2010 maybe?
around there.
2010, yeah.
Was it 2010? I don't know, but yeah, I got a Germany jersey up, you know, in honor of not just Leverkusen, but Borussia, Bayern. Oh, yeah, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, so representing in the Champions League.
Yeah, Germany is out there. That kind of makes you wonder that team from the level of the national team will kind of come back, because I know it was pretty low.
It was very disappointing, man. Like not making it.
Last World Cup.
Yeah,
They were missing the key player, dude. Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
Perfection right there,
I mean,
dude.
they're tied. This is like historically, they're tied was Brazil, five World Cups. I think they each have them.
Not Germany.
It's not Germany.
Nah, dude.
I think Brazil
Or they-
is standalone. I think Italy is the closest with 3 maybe.
Dude, Germany.
Germany has 4.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, close enough. I think they're probably the closest one.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're always a favorite going into any
Yeah.
World Cup, and to not get through the what would it be?
They didn't make it out
The
the group
knockout,
stage?
the knockout stages. Like
They didn't make it out the
they
group, no? Yeah, I don't think they made it out the group stage. But
with teams like who was it? Costa Rica,
yeah.
freaking I think South Korea. And,
Yeah, it was a very disappointing
Yeah.
performance from them the last World Cup. But yeah, so Xavi Alonso, it looks like he's staying another year, right? A lot of
Champions
teams-
League.
Yeah, he's playing Champions League. So that's going to
Champions
be
League.
interesting. Having him and
See if he's truly a consistent coach.
hoping, or not, I don't want to say hoping he has the same team, but seeing if he will have the same team, because I'm sure a lot of his players are
Oh, they're gonna get sold.
big offers. Yeah,
Especially that. Is it a center attacking mid?
Yeah, Wits.
Wits, yeah.
It's yeah. I just know it starts with a W, and this guy is like
yeah.
the player that they're talking about. So
I think
he's probably
one. Yeah, he's a super young guy.
Yeah.
I know.
If Bayern doesn't get him, I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure Bayern's gonna go after him.
United going for one of their center backs. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
They need help.
I think
They
he's
need
the Nigerian. The Nigerian.
I believe so.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but I just remember because I think he posted a picture with the flag.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either they get new defenders or they get new trainers because
Dude, they're all injured, man.
United are insane.
Freaking United.
Who has more injuries, Manchester United, Barca, or Real Madrid, dude?
I think United might have to take that one.
Yeah, we won.
Injuries.
We lead the table at least as far as injuries go.
Like you said, Manchester United is a very exciting team. Man.
Yeah.
Not always for the best reasons.
Wait, I recommend watching them. You won't be disappointed. There will be at least there'll be a lot of shots on target. You know?
On them, but there will be shots on target.
Yeah, there'll be shots. There'll be shots fired for sure though in any United game.
No matter if it's going good or bad, that the expression on the coach
Ten Hag never changes.
it never changes.
I feel like at this point it's because he Even if they go up, like he just knows that something is gonna happen. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, we're up and we're gonna stay up. Let's go. It's like, oh, we're up. Then like, all right, fuck, when are we gonna fuck up now? You know, so I feel like he can't enjoy it until like the very end of the game.
He's got that same mentality as Kaká's ex-wife. It's too perfect.
Yeah,
It's
things are going too well.
Yeah, they're going too well. Things are
Something
gonna
has to happen.
come down at some point.
Yeah, something has to happen.
He just wants the drama. That's it, dude. He just wants the late drama.
But this one, man, I don't know, like, because we've gone through it a lot. And, you know, getting rid of coaches. There's been new coaches here and there.
I think he does have a good mentality of coaching the team. He does.
I feel like it's actually gotten a little out of hand with the whole switching of the coaches.
Yeah, like
they've gone through so many.
Yeah, dude.
And it's always been the same outcome. It's even gotten to the point where I feel like every coach does a little bit worse. And it's like, oh, well, if you look back, this coach actually got him further. Like,
dude, the one that left right before Sir Alex Ferguson, Moyes, he was the best one because they only gave him $73 million, and he got him further than majority of these coaches had.
Didn't Mourinho get him pretty far?
Well, he got him to finish second.
Yeah,
but they invested in those teams. Mm-hmm. In the one that Moyes took over Sir Alex Ferguson, they only gave him like the treasure chest was supposedly 73 mil, and he spent it on Fellini, the guy, yeah, who else? The Dortmund, he played in Dortmund, and then he went.
Sabitzer.
No.
Yeah. The attacker.
No, that's centerman. He was
centerman.
No, that's for Ten Hag. I'm talking about Moyes. What players he got? Because he didn't really get any names.
It wasn't really
like he got really like no confidence once Alex Ferguson like, oh, the team that he has, he won the league with, so you better do the same with this. Like that was a messed up thing by the directors. They should have invested in a little bit more. But since then, I think the best one has been Moyes. But they didn't believe in him after a year or two. They got rid of him. Then Moyes came in. Moyes asked for money, and they gave him a little bit more money. And it's still the same thing. Like he got him to the Europa League final and won it.
That was Mourinho.
Oh, Mourinho, yeah.
Yeah, right. They won it with Mourinho was on that one. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what Mourinho said after he left like United. I mean, this is coming from a guy that's won 3 Champions Leagues with 3 different teams, as well as a league title and 3 different with those teams with Porto, Inter Milan, Chelsea, and then even with Real Madrid. He didn't win the Champions League with Real Madrid, but he won the league.
Yeah.
And he said his best achievement was finishing second with fucking Man United.
Yep. It was the hardest thing he could.
Yeah, and everybody was like, okay, like sure, but then he knew, like he saw everything, you know, like that was going on behind the scenes. So in a way, kind of similar to everything that Cristiano Ronaldo said when he was back. Like he said that like everything was the same from when he left.
Yeah, nothing
like,
had been upgraded.
Yeah, like facilities, training grounds. He was like, what the heck have you guys been doing with like all this money that you guys have been making? Like especially off of his transfer.
Yeah. Like
where did that money go? You know. To buying fucking the Buccaneers?
Well, the thing that Mourinho and Cristiano did say was that the attitude of the players was so bad that Mourinho could only control so much, and if Manchester United wanted to go up the next level or do better, they need to get rid of half or majority of the players that are there. Yeah. Like majority of the academy players that are there right now playing, he said he would have sold them already. But Manchester United wants to keep them. And then Cristiano Ronaldo said the same thing. These players weren't committed to it. They preferred being on social media, preferred to be on their own spotlight.
J-Lanes.
So it all comes down to the people that actually have achieved stuff. They see it themselves, but the directors didn't care for it. They cared more about the money.
It really has become to a fucking business. But hey, that's what takes you. We weren't even trying to talk about Manchester United. That's why we're the greatest club in the world, above Real Madrid even. But yeah, we got kind of really. There's just so much to fucking say. Exactly, bro. All right, so we're talking about Mourinho. What were we talking about before?
Well, we were talking about the Champions League.
Oh,
so, but like, okay, so I was gonna bring up how does this make the EPL look?
Europa League?
No, Champions League. There's no EPL team in the semifinals, and EPL English Premier League is supposed to be the top of the top.
Well, I'll put you this. Even That's a good point because even when nobody really saw Man City, like they had a good like 5-6 like streak of games where they weren't doing really well.
No.
They weren't scoring, and that comes to show you now. Like now that you mentioned that, they're in first place.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of tells you everything. Where
Well,
it's
Borussia, aren't they in 4th or 5th right now in Germany?
yeah,
And then, what is it? Bayern is 2nd.
Bayern second.
Borussia's the top 5, I believe. I can't state which one. It just shows you Bayern's always up there, and they're always saying, "Oh, the Bundesliga's a cakewalk," because Bayern's always in it. Like, is it really, or is it Bayern just better tactically prepared?
And you got PSG, who is like
the Farmers League.
who's the farmer. That's when everyone comes up with a team or a league, and you consider it a Farmers League. It's always France.
Yeah,
it's always the French league. Like and you got them in the. Okay, I know they beat Barcelona, but
except
I know the difference between why PSG passed so went to the semi.
All right, cut. We'll cut that one out.
I don't know.
Technical.
We're gonna keep that in. I think it says on the cap.
It says so. The button says sus.
Sus.
It was sus that
Suspicious?
that PSG made it so far, but
You know why? Because they got rid of the dead weight, bro. Messi left.
Pepe's experimenting with the little soundboard. Okay, so
yeah, we'll be better. We'll be better next time.
He'll get used to it.
Yeah,
figuring out which button means. He's just pushing buttons.
I gotta do a little research on young Jamie. This guy pulls things up in a millisecond.
Yeah.
But so no EPL teams. PSG went through against my team.
Let's get a little organized. Let's take it as far as days go. So yesterday, Day 1, Borussia Dortmund, Atletico Madrid, and PSG Barca? PSG Barca, all right? Yeah, because I feel like we're bouncing back between our teams. Let's get a little organized. That way our listeners know what's going on and know who we're talking about. All right, just for you guys. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized. But yeah, so Day 1, we'll go. Let's touch up on Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. Did you guys see that game?
I saw the highlights.
I saw highlights as well because obviously my team's Barca, so that was my main focus.
Yeah, so I was at work and I was at the soccer store, so obviously we had the games going. I had both of them pulled up, and that game was crazy. I didn't even notice when Borussia went up 2-0.
Dude,
we were watching both, right? We were going back and forth, and then so what happened was we had both pulled up in the multicast, and then so it was 1-1, and then Barca was in control, and we're like, dude, that's perfect, like they got it until the red card happened, which honestly is what really made shit hit the fan for them, because they were in control, right? They got that goal up, and it didn't even look like PSG was creating that much. So at that point, I was like, all right, this is getting interesting. So that's when we were just watching the Barca game. And then that's where we watched it, and yeah, I guess so. What we can touch up on as far as that game goes is the red card. What do you guys think? You guys saw the play, I'm sure. And what do we think about the red card and Xavi?
So
right?
I'll go first just because I'm a Barca fan.
Barcelona fan.
So I think the red card was a good call. He was the last defender. I think it was a dumb mistake from Araujo. He was clearly the last player, and at this point in the game, they're up 1-0. Mm-hmm. On aggregate, they're up 2 goals. So for me, I'm like, hey, I don't want to risk getting a red card, being down a player, and we can give up a goal if we have to. We'll give up a goal, but we still got all our players. We already scored one in this game, and we're playing at home. So I think we should be fine. But Araujo goes on and fouls him, gets a red card. We go down 1. PSG being a team that I feel is very, they're well balanced, like attacking wise. They got players like Mbappe, regarded as the best player right now in the world. They got Dembele, former Barcelona player who always got injured and probably missed more games than he actually played. But he hasn't been injured, I think, once with PSG. he goes off. He's scoring bangers. And then they got what's his name? Barcola.
Barcola. Yeah, I've never heard of that guy probably up till yesterday, honestly.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So I saw him the first leg. He went in as a sub, and as soon as he went in, he was already like making a difference. He almost scored. I think it went off the post, and then he started yesterday's game, and again, he was very, very dangerous player. And then you got Vitinha, yeah, who's I was talking to Omar and Luis about this earlier. He's like their new version of Verratti. If you know who he is, he was a very important player for PSG. So yeah, I think it was a dumb mistake. As soon as they were down a man, PSG just started attacking because of all these weapons they have. And I kind of knew already that they were gonna end up losing just because they're losing a captain. They're losing Araujo, who's like I said, for me was the top 5 center back. After that, I'm dropping into top 10.
The leader in the defense, when you have someone like Kovacic next to him, who's what, 17?
Kovacic, 17 years old.
So you have
man.
him and then Araujo as a center back pairing, which is very young, but at least you have someone that's kind of like has a good amount of years ahead of the other guy.
Yeah.
So I think you mentioned, Luis, that you would expect that from Kovacic, like an error like that.
So that's what I was going to ask Pepe. What do you narrow down to the mistake to lack of confidence or lack of experience or just lack of what?
I think Omar said it, lack of experience.
But
he has to be
25 years.
He has
older?
He has to be able to think and make understand
the moment of the game. I guess it falls under like the reading of the game.
Those are the basics, dude. At the end of the day, that's the basic. Like, okay, I'm the last man. We're up 2. It's too early to get a red card. If I was not the last man, I could get a yellow.
But yeah, this happens in an instant.
That's where he needs to have the maturity to know, like,
it's okay to tie.
I think what happened was because if you look at the replay, that touch that Barcola takes inside on the run, like his first touch is towards the goal, and it completely takes him out of the play. Mm-hmm. So at that point, that's where he has to understand, just accept that he got beat.
Yep.
And I feel like that's where it kind of I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like an ego thing, but that's where like the immaturity comes in, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna try and stop him anyway. Where it's like anybody else, like you already got beat. You have to kind of just back off. Like at that point, you can't touch him now.
The best thing or the worst thing you could have done is just try to see if you could tug on the shirt a little. Try to see if you could get him off balance before he shoots. Yeah. Before he shoots. That's the thing that majority of defenders would do. I can't catch him up, but I'm gonna try to bother him. Be a little fly on the wall. Yeah. Do something. But
he didn't have the best angle either because he was on the left side.
No, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
was cutting in.
He's taking on. Or he would have been going up against one of the best goalkeepers too,
Yeah, like at that point,
he is a goalkeeper.
He's a legit keeper. Yeah,
he's a great goalkeeper. I would have honestly had some faith in him making that great stop. Keepers, these kind of keepers, the Barca keeper that they have has those great moments that he just shows off. Like he's able to show his fucking.
He's no Iker Casillas or Osvaldo Sanchez, but hey, give him a shot.
That's why I said he's a good keeper, not a bad one. He's not loaning,
And I don't know, like, dude, I see so many people on social media, like, how dense are you guys, seriously, like, thinking that that's not a red card? Like, in what world is that not a red card, man? I've seen so many people, it's like, are you guys that... I'm going to call you guys dumb, bro. I don't want to say anything else, but...
No offense.
No offense for people that are actually dumb.
Like, okay, so I'm a diehard Barca fan, and I'm saying, it was a foul. This guy...
And as a former center back, like
right? Exactly. So it's like that's why I'm saying like you should have known, we would have been tied. We would have been tied 1-1. We would have been up by 1 goal.
And you're still home. This is your stadium. The fan base is yours. The fan base is gonna be cheering you on.
And the first few minutes, I think PSG was in control of the game.
Yeah. For sure.
And it took one play from Barca to score.
Yeah.
So they were up, and it sucks. You can't go back. It is what it is. But hopefully, Araujo, will learn from it. And I see only improvements. I see a brighter future for Barca. They've been they've been in trouble financially. I think they have a solid squad. They're probably going to have to give up some key players, like I think Frank De Jong, who's one of my favorite players in Barca, but
you wouldn't get rid of one of the not rid of, but you wouldn't sell one of the young players right now. I'm not getting
rid of Yamal. That guy's a stud. That's like all the commentators. They always, they're always praising him for like, hey, like 17 years old, like, and he's look at what he's doing. And he's the reason why they scored the first goal.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, but right now, as Barca is, you wouldn't rather be like, okay, yes, he's a great player, but let's get some investment from him, some return because of all the debt we have. We should be able to start paying off some of the debt and try to reestablish our basically our club.
That's where they have it tough, I think, because you either have to prioritize the football aspect of it, as in like performance and how well they did, or how well they can do to the financial side.
Well, Barca. Look at Barca. Haven't they gotten free transfers? Didn't some players that are really good?
That's why I was saying, like, I always joke, and I'm always like, imagine if this team wasn't broke.
Yeah,
they're not broke, but they clearly,
players do want to come over here for free. Yeah. They don't care about taking the financial cut or anything.
They know the history of Barca and the players that we've had.
It's best club.
Yeah, and so they're always going to have solid players. And last year they won La Liga, and I think they had a better squad this year. They're most likely not going to win La Liga. Real Madrid is probably taking it, but they actually made it to quarterfinals of the Champions League. So like last year they got knocked out by United.
No, that was
that was Europa, but
they didn't qualify.
They
didn't qualify past the rounds.
Yeah, but they went to the Europa. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
and then they got eliminated by Manchester United.
Yes, sir.
Is it a step forward for Barca? Like, because now they're not going to win a single title. Like, they're not going to win anything.
Right, but as far as if you compare it to last season, obviously, like, would I rather have Team United in the fucking quarterfinals or at least in fucking Europa? Yeah, like, but fuck those two. Anyway, like comparing it from last season, it's like you have pros and cons as far as that goes. Because now it's like, you had a better season, but now you don't have a fucking coach.
Yeah.
Well, the other question comes to mind, dude. Is Xavi gonna stay? Is Xavi staying, or is he leaving?
I think it's gonna be I think it'd be a very, very bad look.
Especially the way the way he behaved in that game yesterday.
Not just that, but it's like if you go and you announce, like, you know what, like, things aren't going well, they're not working out, and like, I'm gonna leave at the end of the season.
So,
like, to go back on that now, especially like you're saying, after the way he acted, like the little freaking panoch.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up he kicked what was it, like
the little, I think it was like the little protection they had around that camera for the middle from the.
So he kicked that. Obviously, that's a clear red. You're out of there. But in almost every game, he gets a yellow. He gets taken out.
Red cards?
No.
Yeah. With yesterday, he has now more red cards as a coach than he ever did as a player. So he has 3 red cards as a coach.
That's why, I'm like, dude, where's this coming from?
He received 2 red cards, like, ever.
And I know Xavi's brother was coaching the team for a while.
He also got a red card yesterday.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if it was
it wasn't him. It was one of the other assistants.
But then they got a red card. That ref was, honestly, he was firing cards pretty quick, but I don't think like Xavi said in the post interview, like, if it wasn't for the ref's mistake, like, no, come on, bro, like, that's not a mistake. That was if anybody made a mistake, it's fucking Araujo.
The reason why Barca lost that game is because they were down a player. It was because of Araujo.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for that, they would have won.
I think Barca, they held it out and they made the advance. Honestly, if it wasn't because of that, but that really completely changed the whole game. And then the subs didn't help either, man. I'm like, I think him taking out Lamine Yamal was a mistake.
Dude, like I said, I think the best substitute he could have done was Robert Lewandowski. You didn't need him anymore. You didn't need a wall. Because what do you use Lewandowski for? A wall to transition to move the play or to go forward?
That's all he does, yeah.
He really doesn't move fast. What did Yamal would have done? He would have sacrificed a little. He would have played as 1.5 of a player. Yeah. He isn't going to be two players, but he's going to be killing himself to go back and forth, back and forth.
Comparing that, like the type of players that Barca left on the field to their daddies, Real Madrid, right? They're defending all game, right? But who do you have on the field? You have players like Rodrigo, Vinicius, right? That on the counterattack. That's the kind of player that Yamal is.
Mm-hmm.
And by even just having him on the field, bro, like you have at least a chance for him to create something, you know?
Yeah. Or to sacrifice himself for defending play. To know that, okay, this player is too tired, but I have enough energy right now. I have enough stamina.
Yeah. He's got that youth on his side, you know? Dude. But leaving Lewandowski, bro, I was like, what are you doing?
You watch the game. Look at Yamal's reaction after getting taken out. Like he was disappointed.
He was hiding in the center. No, at the end of the game, he was like,
mm-hmm.
no me toquen, no chilo.
You know, so I get the accomplishments that Lewandowski's done in the past. You know, with the whole goal scoring with Bayern, but this season with Barca, I didn't see anything special. You know.
No.
Was he injured majority of the time?
No. He was legit one of the ones who stayed pretty healthy throughout the season.
He was trying to be like Haaland, just kind of be there, but not really be there.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't there yesterday.
He was one of those players where he just kind of like he's there in the right time at the right moment, and he can shoot the ball, get it in the right spot. But
dude, he should have hit up Karim Benzema. He was bored over there at Saudi, dude.
Karim,
he was sacrificing himself too. Shit. Big bro.
Imagine he goes back.
Bust the Figo and go from Madrid to Barca.
I saw someone say that that was the kind of treatment that Dembele was gonna get. They're gonna get the Figo.
Oh, dude.
But I mean that was before the second leg. I'm sure now that if they ever see that fool again, because you're a man of the match, bro.
I think I give it to Dembele. He's a hell of a player. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with him. If he scored against us, because you know who I would blame from Barca? The
medical staff. Because Dembele, you could really tell he wanted to play for Barca. He just kept being inconsistent because of the medical treatment or the bad advice he was getting.
And you saw it, bro. Like I remember seeing him play with Barca the times that he would actually play. Like he did pretty well.
Oh, dude,
you can tell what kind of player he is, bro. And he showed it yesterday as well.
Well, there was articles saying that Barca would recommend them not to go full throttle, to don't do a full sprint anymore, because you are like your ligaments will rip or you will get injured. You're injury prone. But right now, dude, he's playing like nothing.
Yeah.
He looks like he's back where, what was it, Dortmund times when he was there. He was.
Wait, so Barca would tell him like in a game like not to like.
Yeah, because
because he might get
injured.
How do you even like? Yeah, how do you even know that? Like, how do you know that? Okay, if you go all out, you're gonna be injured. Like Omar says, if you're not 100, you're not gonna play.
Yeah, on the field, then he's.
Well, they just wanted to play him, dude, because they spent so much investment in him. They invested what, 150 mil?
I have no idea, but
I don't know, man. But yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't care. Like, celebrate your goal. Celebrate. Your team going through. Like,
you can't really blame the guy. He really didn't get an attachment to the club, unless he was a fan prior to it. I'll be like, dude, I spent half the time in the hospital than I did in the bench.
And I get the whole like the reason why they were like saying like, oh look, he celebrated when he scored against his former team. It's because of that game where they wore the shirts.
Yeah.
For Dembele when he after he got injured, but it's like, no, dude, like they're there to perform. They're there to win.
Yeah,
they
should try, and that's an accomplishment, dude.
At least it wasn't like Debayor, where it was with Man City versus Arsenal, or so I forget. I think he was at Man City, and then he went to Arsenal, or vice versa. I don't remember. Fact check me on that, but he scored against whatever team, right? So just for example, let's say that he was on City and he scored against Arsenal, and the Arsenal fans were like at the opposite end. This motherfucker ran across the entire field to go celebrate in front of Arsenal fans. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's just what is it, like top of the line fucking shithousery. They call it. I was like, bro, that's insane. Yeah, like that was scored a goal, and then I think it was with City. I think it was with City at the time, and then it was against Arsenal. And that was scored, and that was just books it, and he goes. And he just runs across. People are trying to celebrate, and he's just like, "Get out of my way!" And Nafa just keeps screaming. You're like, "Where the hell is this dude going?" And he goes and he stands in front of the Arsenal fans, and they all start yelling shit. I don't know. That shit was funny, man. Look that up. It's crazy. It's funny. But yeah, at least it wasn't like that, where it's like he goes and, or if he would have celebrated in front of the bench, like. But,
well, celebrate in front of Xavi, because he was like, okay, get rid of him.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Or did he want him to stay? Did Xavi want him to stay, or?
I don't know.
I think they were at the point, like whatever money we can get from anybody at this point, fucking just do it.
I think so.
And that's why I'm saying that they're probably going to get rid of Frankie because
I don't think they should get rid of Frankie, dude. I disagree on that.
I mean, we got to see how Gavi is returning.
Well, dude, the reason I say it's like, I'm not trying to bag on you, but I said how Real Madrid does it. Keep the older generation still intact and try to transition during the games. Try to see who's going to be replacing Tony. Who's going to be replacing Modric.
But you're saying you're going based off Madrid, who look at how much money they're able to spend. Like, we don't have that same.
You know how much they spent the last 5 years? No. You know how much they spent the last 5 years?
No.
258 million. Guess how much Barca has spent the last 5 years? They spent almost twice as much as Real Madrid. Real Madrid is not even in top 10 they're in the top 10. Barca, Manchester United, Manchester City, PSG are top 5, dude. They spent more money on players, and look how Real Madrid does it. The reason that Real Madrid
that's because they spent that, back then, and the
because
players.
They did transitions. They've always done transitions. What Barca doesn't do is transitions. They don't allow a lot of players to go out on loans, and what I said, do buyback clause. Real Madrid does that a lot. I think when they did it with who was it? They've done it with.
I think recently they did it with Brahim.
They let him go to AC Milan, buyback clause, brought him back. He's done freaking fantastic whenever he's given the opportunity.
That's funny that when I put it that way, it's like, oh, all right, players going, but if you want them, get them at a discount.
Basically, dude. But to me, I would honestly say the young players that you guys have, sell them to the clubs that, hey, we're not going to be able to play who started, but if you go here, you'll be a starter. And if you grow and we see you could come back as a better player, we'll buy you back. That's a good way, dude.
Like that means we're gonna have to give up all our
that's
all our team. We got Yaman.
No, we have like 8 players. Those 8 players are not going to be all starters.
Cavazzi in defense.
We
got freaking Gavi. We got Pedri.
I don't think those guys are not guys that you can get rid of. I think the ones that you would be able to get rid of, but then again, that's a big gamble. Is what's his face, Fermin?
Yeah, dude.
Fermin Lopez,
whatever.
Who I wouldn't want to, give up. Because I feel like he's a difference maker. Every time he plays, this guy's like...
Yes, but he just doesn't start.
Yeah, I mean, who else do they have? They have Romeo. It was like, as soon as he goes in, I'm like, dude, we're done. Like,
no, but that's why, dude. Try to see what you do during the transfer window. See what kind of players you could get. And then you start loaning out your players that are like there, but you can't really rely on them for 90 minutes. Yeah. They're not a concrete player yet.
The thing with Barca, though, is like they really like focus on their academy.
Yes,
and that's as soon as Cavazzi like went off, everyone started talking about like, oh, look at Barca's academy compared to Madrid, who like they buy their players, like they get them from.
You know where the Real Madrid's academy is, dude? That's Atletico Madrid. Half the players are freaking Real Madrid, bro. Yeah, and look where they're at, dude.
No, I'm saying though, like you guys usually because buy your players. Like you guys don't like bring them up from the.
But what's the point?
I'm just saying.
What's the point if you keep an academy player, but you're not a successful team?
I mean,
isn't the whole point of soccer is to win trophies?
I mean, it is.
Okay, then but the right way to do it is. Sell players.
I don't know if it's the right way to do it. Clearly, it's working for you guys at the.
Well, clearly, it's not working for you guys either.
I know it's not. I know it's not. Yeah, but I mean, we are getting like attention. We are getting like.
What's the point of attention if you can't win a championship, dude? Consistency is the whole thing about this sport.
I mean, I'm saying like
Barcelona, again, I'm not trying to bad you, but still, I guess my thing is mine thinking again.
Yeah, I know. I get it. You guys have won the most Champions Leagues, but I'm saying like, like the way the game went, like it sucks. They went down a player. definitely ended up being the difference maker. But you can't say that, Barca, brings up and makes stars. Look at Yamal. He's the one everyone that is talking about right now. Like, he's the one that everyone's saying, like, he's the next, big thing.
So he's the next Dani Alves.
without the prison part.
Well, it does go to Pumas, guys.
Free the homie.
He's already free.
I know.
Without playing for Prison FC.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, like, look at where it got him. But I mean, that's the reason why. That's the reason why they didn't get through. Like I said, they were down a player.
Chelsea was also down a player, and guess what happened, dude? That's all I'm saying too. When there was Chelsea versus Barca, and they was in one of the semifinals or quarterfinals too. When Chelsea beat Barca, it was a Champions League. I know it was that, and they were.
Oh, Nino Torres scored?
Yeah, that one. Weren't they down a player?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't follow small teams like Chelsea.
We don't have. We can't pull it up fast enough. I'll give you the good old. All right.
For a moment, number 3.
But yeah, I mean, Madrid, they have a bright future. I mean, if you guys get Mbappe, you guys get
Rodrigo. Send Rodrigo to United, please. We'll take
Hendrick.
Rodrigo has to go to another team because he's not going to get.
He's not going to go to another team, bro.
United.
He can't.
He's not going to have any playing time.
He is going to have playing time, dude. Dude, he on the first leg, it was all about Rodrigo. Carlo Ancelotti, I do apologize, stated the whole game plan was make Rodrigo the it factor.
Make Rodrigo great again.
Yep. No. He was already great because he was so consistent. When Vinny wasn't playing or he was injured, Rodrigo took over and he scored, dude.
That's what I will give the players in Madrid. Not just Rodrigo, but other players, when you look at them and it's like when Jude was out, like
who would
when
step
Vinny
up?
Was out. All these other motherfuckers, like, they stepped up and they balled, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like, that's the thing. You gotta, and there are not a lot of players that are like big names like Brahim Diaz. Like, yeah, he had a good stint at AC Milan, but when he comes in, like, that fool, he holds his own. And even when there was a game, I forget what game it was, but I think Rodrigo or Vinicius, I think Vinicius was out. And a lot of people were expecting Rodrigo to start, but they started Brahim at the night.
Yeah.
And I think he scored like 1 or 2 goals. And he came up when it was his time.
But also, we'll go back to this. Carlo Ancelotti knows his team. Yeah. He knows when to play him. He knows who to give that confidence to. The coach does become a big factor.
Yeah.
If you really don't know your players, how mentally strong they are, or how prepared they are, or how physically prepared they are, you're not going to go anywhere. This guy's super connected with his players. And you've heard this throughout majority of his teams, that majority of the players do talk really good about him. They say that they've gone to dinner with him, party with him, and he says,
that's a little sus.
He's gone to party with them and everything, and they said, like, oh, he saw that the time was pretty late. He's like, hey, get some good night's sleep. I'll see you guys better on the game day better. I don't want you guys to show up in practice.
That's where I will say the big difference was in Xavi's fucking dumbass. For Barca, I think that's what was Barca's ultimate fucking downfall, dude. Xavi.
He doesn't trust. He doesn't trust a lot of his players. You could tell that.
But what do you like? What do you expect? Like, this is a guy who's, who was an actual professional soccer player, and going into being a coach, it doesn't always work out that way.
No,
I mean, like, what was this? Like, year 2?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I could say the same thing as Zidane. Zidane came in too.
Yeah, but then you also got to look at the team he had.
Oh, dude.
Right. I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying that Xavi is that bad of a coach, because I mean he's not great. He's not great. That's what I'm gonna say.
He understands the game perfectly.
It does come down to like how you manage. Like, there's no way to fucking manage like by forgetting losing your shit and getting a red card.
Throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
That's a bad aspect of a coach.
Like, yeah, you've seen other like coaches do that, but like these big coaches like Ancelotti, like Klopp,
celebrates crazy. That's the only thing that I will tell you.
Mourinho, but I'm not talking about like the celebration. I'm talking about like when shit gets hard, like like Guardiola. Like, how many times have you seen them do something like that? You know,
No.
you rarely see them do
Why?
something like
Because
that. He
they
gives me
know.
fucking Piojo Herrera vibe, bro. Fucking Xavi. This is a Piojo Herrera of
Spain.
Europe, bro.
I think what frustrates Xavi is he wants to see what he saw when he was playing. I think for me,
But
that's
then
what it
that's
is.
that's at the time you have to ask yourself: has he accepted that he's retired and these are different players?
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna leave. Like, there's no question. But I still,
Yeah, I don't think he
yeah. Especially like they said, if like the players keep pushing for him to continue, which I think that there's still that bond. You know, like he's a Barca player.
I think it's just out of respect, honestly.
Yeah.
Where
I think it's
like,
more respect. The players are being respectful.
It's kind of
And the good thing is that nobody has. I haven't heard any articles or read any articles that have trashed Xavi, like, oh, he's a bad coach, oh, he doesn't really train very well, or this. Like,
Well, I'll be the first to write the article. Xavi is a trash ass coach, bro. I'll write that shit.
No, but at the end of the day, if you have to start seeing if the coach is meant to be there or not. And at the moment, it doesn't hurt to try something new. But like again, is Barca going to start being a new Manchester United or what? Firing coach left and right because it wasn't that long ago that they fired.
United, no más hay uno, papá. United, no más hay uno.
I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, we get someone that we can keep for a while, and
Hey, you could always get another Xavi, dude. Xavi Alonso and Bayer Leverkusen.
Nah, that fool. I think that's pretty much set on that fool going to Real Madrid, if I'm honest.
He's just waiting. Honestly, I would want to see how he adapts to Real Madrid because his mindset.
Well, okay, so like, would you attribute their success to Xavi Alonso if he came, or would you give it to the players who obviously are performing really good right now?
It would depend.
And now if they bring in freaking Enric and they bring in Mbappe, they go on, they win La Liga, they win Champions League. You're going to be like, oh, this was
because of Xavi,
but it's like right now they're going into the semifinals of the Champions League.
Okay,
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by it depends?
It depends because next year will be determined a lot. Will the Eagles get in the way? Because
the Eagles of what?
Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinny, Bellingham. Who else? Basically, those are the main four.
Modric, he wasn't happy with his 1-year contract extension. Throwing that out there.
Well, I think they said the only ones they were going to keep is Gross.
No, I heard it. They offered him when he was coming on today. They said he wasn't too happy with the 1-year contract extension that they were giving him.
Well, dude.
Why was it? Maybe they told him you're gonna be another rotation player.
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing
every time.
Or was it like how much money they were giving him, or did he want more than 1 year, or did he not want to stay? Because
the thing is this:
another thing.
Real Madrid isn't afraid to move away from a player. When it comes down to the bread and butter of everything, dude.
Yeah,
Madrid has shown
they treat their players like trash.
I'm not gonna say no because they have. I still love the club, but I prefer some of the players. But how they did it, Cristiano, how they did Iker Casillas, worst way to do it for a big club like that. Worst way. I would say this, like I've said it before. Barca does treat the players better, gives them a very honorable way to leave.
Oh fuck! I don't know about Messi.
Other than Messi,
Since he wasn't that good.
Other than Messi, they did it right by Iniesta. They did right by Xavi. Those are the only two ones that I remember that they actually.
I think those are the only Barca legends.
I think we should let them know that we're gonna have a Messi versus CR7. Sorry, episode one day. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, let us know again if you're watching. Leave us a review on Spotify. Help your boy Pepe out with Barcelona. Subscribe.
They need new players, bro.
They need money, bro. They need money for players. They need money to bring back Messi. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But yeah, fuck it, Walamane. Again, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Drop a comment if you guys want to see that whole episode of these, or I was gonna say these two, but me as well, about going on about Cristiano and Messi. I mean, you guys have heard it. I'm sure you guys are never gonna get tired of it. You see that everywhere. Instagram, on the social, the post may not even be about freaking either of them, but somehow they get brought into the conversation, and that's just how legends are. You know, that's honestly what they are.
I mean, just like how I'm a big Barca fan, this guy's all Madrid. I'm also a big Messi fan.
Big
And you got Cristiano Ronaldo over here. So, and then we got.
And I know that Maguire could stop both of them on a bad day. You know.
When it comes to that episode, we're gonna have Omar just to make sure things don't get physical.
Yeah,
he's gonna be the referee.
Make sure I bring a little ding ding ding. You know, yeah. Let us know again if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you. If you're watching in this far, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, the little bell notifications. Right, that way you know whenever we post a new episode, and comment down what you guys want to hear. Yeah, if you guys are down for that Messi Ronaldo debate, that we can put an end to it, because this is where it'll come down to, right? And once you guys hear that and watch us debate that, you won't have to hear anybody else's opinion. All right, you won't even need an opinion of your own, because we got you covered. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, we got all the facts. You know, I'm gonna do my research. I mean, there isn't much I have to do. I already know Messi's
trash.
GOAT.
I know.
He's a GOAT.
Messi's a trash. Yeah.
That's a topic for another episode.
Then we'll add a chance from the Monterrey fans as well to Messi. You know the chance. If you don't, look him up, bro. You'll like it. It's fun. You might not like it if you're a Messi fan, but I don't care. Look it up anyway.
Sorry, I mean, I've always thought Liga MX was better than MLS, you know?
Oh, yeah. Also another debate for another day. But yeah, all right, let's take on this topic of Champions League. Any last thoughts on Barcelona or Real Madrid? And then we'll give the other teams a little bit of light.
I said this earlier today. Madrid is a better team than Barca, you know, right now.
We got the receipts.
I hope.
Don't worry, we're going to see on Sunday. We're going to see Sunday.
I hope.
That's right, Sunday. Real Madrid and Barcelona.
I hope it's one of these, like, you know, rivalries where, I mean, it's always gone back and forth. You know, we had our run when we had, you know, one of the greatest teams of all time when we won how many was it? The sextuple?
Yeah, the sextuple with that.
No one's ever done that. So
also nobody's ever three-peated Champions League.
Okay, exactly. So like,
Man City almost won 2 trebles back to back.
What's more impressive? Like, I feel like that's another.
That's a good
topic.
debate.
It's like you win 6 trophies in one season, or you win 3 of the same titles, you know, 3 times in a row. So
no, it's not just any title, sir. It's 3 Champions Leagues. Biggest title a club could get or achieve.
All right. So first of all, that wasn't my question. I didn't ask any of these fuckers any of that. I asked them if they had anything else to say about the Champions League game, which is what we were originally talking about. So I guess not. So we'll move on now to the other games. Well, Atletico Madrid, that was my pick to win the Champions League. Well, there goes that. So
and then maybe Omar, you should bring up who your pick for the EPL is.
All right, a couple of weeks ago, we bet on it. I had Aston Villa taking it. And the one fucking time as well that I actually picked Barca to move on, they fucking lose, bro.
That's where you
went wrong. It's my fault for thinking Barcelona. Even on the first leg, and I told you guys, I was like, yeah, Barcelona. I said, like, what, 2-1, 3-1 or something? I honestly didn't think they were going to be they were going to struggle with this one as well. But, yeah. Fucking, that's what happens, I guess, when you pick a team to win. That's not your team, and yeah.
Never have faith in Barca, guys. Never have faith in Barca.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens whenever you pick Barcelona. But honestly, at the like deep down, that's kind of why you pick them. You know, you feel like that happens sometimes where you go for a team and then it doesn't work your way. I don't know, but hey, for one way or another, Barca didn't make it. I'm happy, even if I fucking picked them. I don't care. Well, at the end of the day, my team is the best team, United, fight Barca. But, yeah. And I'm not saying that because Peppa's not here right now. Potty break, but, yeah. But, yeah. And then we had Arsenal
Arsenal
and Bayern.
Let's go.
Also, I was telling, leading up to today's games, I was my buddy from work. He was like, "Oh, what are your teams?" I'm like, "Well, as a United fan, it's like I don't want either Man City or Arsenal to fucking advance." And
at least you got that right.
yeah, that prediction I got right. So, yeah, no Arsenal, and I watched the highlights from the Arsenal Bayern game, and I think I only saw one shot of Arsenal on target. If I'm honest, it looks like they struggled a lot to even create opportunities. And then, the more dangerous shots were definitely from Bayern. So it looks like Arsenal choked. They bottled it again.
I mean, that's going to be a good semifinal. Bayern versus Madrid.
Yeah. They should. You think they can loan Ronaldo for 2 games?
Dude, that would be crazy if that would happen.
But you guys really think Ronaldo can
still produce?
Oh, right now,
probably not.
Hell no, dude.
I'm just saying.
It's like
the history that
can you? If Messi were to return to Barca, you think he could make a change right now?
Yes.
Maybe against Las Palmas.
Yes, he can,
dude.
Man. I mean, when was the World Cup?
Bro, 5 PKs doesn't really.
That's not even.
Oh my god.
You focus on the PKs, but he didn't just score PKs. He also he was a facilitator.
Yeah, telling the ref what to do, what to mark.
No, dude.
He facilitated the ref's job.
Look at the passes he gave, where the commentators were all freaking mojados over.
Because those are Messi bandwagons, dude.
No, I mean that's always what everyone falls on is like, oh, look at people like.
Give you this. 6 out of 9 commentators were from Argentina. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
You didn't know what to say at that point, sir. Come on,
No,
Telemundo, who's their commentator?
I don't fucking know.
Well, that was Argentina. But I mean, obviously, that doesn't have that much to do with it. But yeah, that would cry.
Oh, Argentina's campeón.
Okay, he's like the one guy, that I did notice, but I mean, I just don't understand the whole it was rigged, it was all in favor.
It was very much rigged, bro. Watch it again.
Come on, dude. The first game, who did they play against? And they tied.
They lost.
They lost.
They lost. So you're telling me that team is better than the World Cup champions then?
It's not, but that's just the outcome of that game,
They were estaban dormidos. They didn't have their mate in the morning. That's what happened.
Probably they're yerba mate, yeah. Man, I should have brought mine. I'll have mine at some point. But I mean, whatever. We'll go back to the Champions League.
Right, Arsenal.
With Bayern,
yeah, Arsenal. There's a coworker from the soccer store I work. Yeah, I don't want to do any name drops, but Mr. Mo, we've been going at it for a while now about talking about Arsenal and I don't know what, and it always brings up Man United, and I gotta fact check them. United has more trophies than Arsenal in the last 5 years, bro. That's facts. Arsenal doesn't have squat, and they're still not gonna have squat because they bottled the league, and now they bottled the freaking Champions League. And as soon as I saw that final time, Bayern 1, Arsenal 0, I had to send a little text. He was like, "Oh, at least you got the league, bro." But in the group chat, and some other guys chimed in, and they're like, "Not even that, bro."
I think if there's a team to compare Arsenal to, I would probably say the Cowboys.
They always hits the ear, dude.
The Cowboys, for me, always seem to have a solid squad. They always choke. I don't know what the answer to them is. I don't know what the answer to Arsenal is either. So I see both of them as the same. It's you guys always choke.
Yeah, I saw someone say, the best Arsenal team in years, as of recent, lost against one of the worst versions of Bayern.
Because this is not the best version of Bayern.
And okay, so I'm not throwing any jabs at United, but it's been a while since they've been the United that they were back then. But then you get these teams that appear to be doing better, Arsenal, Liverpool, but let's say Arsenal, for example, sure, they're second, third, in the EPL.
They might have been consistent the last couple of seasons, but what have they won?
But if they haven't won a title, does it mean anything?
Yeah.
I don't think it does, honestly, because then at the end of the day, it's when you compare like you said earlier, it's about winning, bro. Soccer's about winning.
Yeah, dude.
And then you gotta at that point you gotta compare trophy cabinets. You know, like yeah, it's been a long time since United has won anything, but
Their cabinet is still big, dude.
Yeah,
Arsenal hasn't upgraded their cabinet in a while.
yeah. And not to mention fucking Tottenham.
Oh my god.
They-
I mean, if you're, I think if you're dating anyone that's a Tottenham fan, you can assure yourself that they're going to be faithful. Yeah.
Damn, so
No.
Kaká should go get a girl from Tottenham.
Yeah.
yeah, Tottenham fan.
No
bro.
cheating whatsoever. I mean,
Shout out to my boy David, supervisor. That was a mean ass Tottenham fan.
Dude, the girl's lucky then, bro.
And yeah, that's how you know that his lady has a faithful one. Because David, you're a Tottenham fan, bro.
yeah, that's a hard one. I mean, Harry Kane still has a chance.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, you know,
Technically,
one
dude,
of the best.
they're all bagging on it, but what if he wins the big
He
one?
could win the Champions League, you know.
Bayern, you know, Harry Kane versus Mbappe.
Ooh.
I mean, maybe.
That wouldn't be bad. Oh, so who do you guys got for PSG versus Dortmund then?
Atletico Madrid. No, PSG.
Barca?
Barca. That's a good one. PSG, Dortmund. Honestly, bro, the way that they. I mean, because Atletico Madrid is no easy feat, bro. Honestly.
No, they already lost.
No, but he's saying
talking
like the fact
about
that they beat
that
him.
Dortmund
Yeah.
beat them. I would have to go with Dortmund, which is probably gonna be wrong again. But fuck it, I'll say Dortmund.
I'm gonna go PSG.
Yeah.
PSG.
I'm gonna go PSG just because of like.
I'll say this. The factor for me is going to be who's going to be away and home first. Because if the second leg is at Dortmund, I'll have Dortmund.
You realize it didn't work out for Barca, being
Or City.
or
City.
City.
They
Yeah,
both closed at home and they both lost at home.
But Bayern won at home.
Yeah.
well, but we're talking about Dortmund and
No, but
PSG.
what I'm saying is, to me, that's going to be a bigger difference maker because I feel the Dortmund fans go out there and support their team. And that atmosphere is crazy, dude. You could see it.
dude, the yellow
when-
wall.
The yellow wall.
The yellow wall.
When Dortmund fucking slaughtered, and I'm going to call out Madrid on this one, when they went there, they got slaughtered 4-0, dude. That fan base looked like they were ready to kill.
I mean, they have in the past.
No comment, bro.
Yeah.
Too soon, bro.
Too soon. I mean, might.
No, to me, I think it's going to be that because I think PSG, if it's they're away first and they have to go visit Dortmund and they have to close out at their home, they're just going to go for the tie and they'll get the tie. It's going to be 2-2 right there, Dortmund.
So
But
you
if-
have PSG?
I would have PSG if the second leg is in Paris.
Because like I've said that PSG is like weak in the defense. They have Marquinhos, but Marquinhos is kind of like a Pepe, like he's been there for he's a veterano.
Yeah.
Like he's been around for a while, so I feel like okay, cool. He's got the leadership, but when it comes to the 90 minutes,
Oof.
the extra time possibly, like is he able to hold up? Because with like what I was telling you was Barca didn't have any time to attack. Like they were just getting pounded the entire time against PSG because they were down a man.
Yeah.
So they couldn't really attack. The few times that Barca did attack, one of them hit the post. It was Gundogan.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a couple chances, but they also have Hernandez.
That was
French.
beast. That Hernandez left.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking beast from
You know what?
AC Milan.
I'm gonna change my answer because I just remembered who plays the Dortmund.
Who plays them?
Almost.
Sancho.
Oh, Jordan
Dude, that was
Sancho.
gonna. Oh my god.
That's why.
That's gonna fucking send United even more down the fucking drain, bro. So fuck that fool. Just
Yeah,
because.
Sancho, former United player.
Yeah, you guys know that story, and fuck it. Some fucking F-bombs, but that's how I feel, Brazil. No, Sancho cannot make it to the fucking final, bro. PSG is going on. Fuck that fool. And Dortmund.
Dude, that's going to be crazy because it's going to make Ten Hag
Look even more
more.
like an idiot, bro.
Who's the freaking defense for Atletico Madrid? It's
Atlético Madrid, Jimenez todavía está ahí.
Oh no, I mean, sorry.
Dortmund?
For Dortmund.
I just know one.
I know
That's Hummels. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of them, I don't know, because They changed a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a guy named Guerrero in there. If he's not,
Isn't he the Portuguese?
Guerrero is with Bayern.
Like
he went to Bayern.
He's with Bayern. Yeah, actually, dude, that assist he put for the Kimmich goal to beat Arsenal. Damn, bro. Yeah, that was a nice assist, dude. He picked him out. I was watching the replay. He takes that touch, and I thought he was just kind of looking for Harry Kane, but Harry Kane was marked, and I think this was foul that Kimmich run it, bro. Absolute garbage defending from Arsenal. Nobody picked him up. Nobody said anything, and this one just comes in, fucking torpedo head. And
yeah, some of these guys I don't even know, dude.
Hey, Kimmich, come to Barca.
Dude.
We've been saying that for a while, but it's either Kimmich or Bernardo Silva.
Dude, you guys don't have money.
I think Barca's good with Romeo.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude, I don't know any of the players.
If you're a Barca fan, every time Romeo goes into the field, you're freaking shitting yourself.
Imagine him and Maguire on the same team.
Dude, that would be crazy, bro.
Yeah, like
I don't know any
Hummels is the only one, but
I know the left back. I think he's a left back, and he plays for Holland. His nationality is Holland. Matson.
Then again, if you look, Brandt's another.
Brandt's good.
Yeah.
I think he played for Bayern Leverkusen. He was really good, and he's still really good, dude.
Yeah, but look at this. Borussia's defense, right? The height: 5'8", 6'3", 6'1", 6'3", 5'6", shortest guy, 6'5", 6 feet, and 5'10", bro.
Dude,
that's the Borussia's defense.
That's crazy.
They have a 5'6".
Who's 5'6"?
6'5".
6'5"?
5'6" is Ian Matson.
Okay, he's probably bench.
No, he's the starter.
He's probably an outside back.
22, left back.
Okay,
he
but
weighs
he's not
126 pounds, bro.
126.
Dude, the wind might pick him up.
Yeah.
Damn, that's insane.
Dude, Marcus Royce is still playing.
Bro, they're goalkeepers.
Good for him.
Here are their goalkeepers, all right? This is Borussia's goalkeepers. Height: 6'5", 6'6", 6'5", and 6'3".
So you gotta be 6 foot or 6'4" or higher to be a goalkeeper
They got like 4 Courtois in there.
Basically, dude. Trying to replicate over there.
That's
hey, that guy.
Those are big guys, man.
Yeah,
those are tall guys.
Real Madrid's keeper, what's his name? Looney. He saved.
Oh,
he saved so many this last game against City. Even during the game, there was a lot that he saved. He was definitely
that one. I think I was going over,
but dude, you never know.
You guys still got a fingertip.
What were you and Danny top? Throw yourself for everything.
Everything, bro. They would yell at us so much, bro, because we had a goalkeeper training, right? And he would like yell at us to just dive at everything because you never know. And it happened to me once where I got scored on. I was going for it. I was like, I don't think it's gonna go in, so I don't dive, and that shit went in. So perfect sense where he would just say to dive at everything, man. Exactly. So then, yeah, we would even make fun of it because I remember he would just look at us with this like fuck you guys look, because we would practice our shooting, right, and the ball would go like way over. It'd be like 5-10 feet away, and like our dumbasses, they were still throwing ourselves at it just because of what he said. We were young, we were teenagers, fucking dumbasses. But
if you have to question it, should I throw myself or not, you should probably throw yourself.
Throw yourself. All right, so yeah, perfect tip for any young goalkeepers, right? If you think about should I throw myself or not, safe bet is just throw yourself.
Even if you are not close to the ball, it looks good on camera.
Yeah.
And just imagine someone capturing that. Like,
even if
that's what I did today, dude. That's why I threw myself for that kickball.
even if you're not gonna get there, bro, and you're not gonna get there, fucking throw yourself, bro. It'll look nice. It'll make the ball look nicer, I mean, although because as a goalkeeper, we've all had those where you just stand and you look and you're like, well, yeah, it makes it look like a great shot, but at the end of the day, bro, just throw yourself, para la foto, what we said,
exactly.
for the gram. You gotta just dive. Mm-hmm. Like what they say, when in doubt, take it out. When in doubt, just dive, bro.
That's right.
Wise words.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
I thought it was
Alright.
wrap your. Never mind.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. Pay your billies. I just came up with that. Alright, this is gonna be trademarked. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I've never heard that one.
Me either.
Hey, what's in this?
Yeah, what
kind of apple juice are you drinking, sir?
What's in this
Finally.
apple juice?
Yeah, I'm feeling something. Might have been roofied.
Alleged. Yeah, final thoughts on the Champions League. Again. Who's winning? Who's that?
Of course, Real Madrid's going to take it all the way.
Real Madrid all the way.
So
Bellingham's going to be Ballon d'Oro winner.
the big thing was the winner of City versus Madrid was most likely, or is probably going to be the winner of the Champions League.
Which is Madrid.
Yeah, and so I have it. I would say PSG versus Madrid
PSG Madrid.
in the final. I know what was it last week when we filmed? I had Barca taking it, they lost. I had Arsenal taking it, they lost. I think I had Atletico Madrid taking it, they fucking lost.
So best
I had
advice,
City.
guys, don't listen to Pepe.
When it comes to MMA, listen to me. I guess with soccer, I'm just going through a rough patch. So that's why I'm over
It's
here.
happens, guys. You know?
Good thing season's
Just
almost
like,
over, sir.
United is going through a rough patch.
Over 10 years.
So I'm saying, and I'm actually saying PSG versus Madrid because I think they will go through to the final, not just because I want them to lose, because I'm picking them, but
See,
I mean,
got that reverse psychology going.
Yeah,
That's what the
yeah.
other power was in the bathroom.
so we'll see. But yeah, those are my picks.
Yeah, honestly, if it's Real Madrid PSG, I feel like it's gonna be kind of a walk in the park for Madrid, bro.
It's going to be interesting because it's going to be pure attacking, but Madrid has the defenders
Yeah.
to slow down.
They have the
Mbappe.
defenders, but I mean, Militao's not even 100% yet. As long as they have Rudiger.
That's it.
They have Rudiger, but like on the sides, dude, who's gonna keep up with? You saw what Doku did to freaking Carvajal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then now they're gonna have Dembele and
Mbappe.
Barcola.
Well, Dembele will be secured by Mendy.
No,
Yeah.
against Mendy, dude, Mendy did not do shit. This last series, you didn't hear his name at all. The only defender that you heard was
Rudiger.
and a little bit of Carvajal.
Okay, but that comes to show you, was it because Mendy was holding it down and they were deciding to
Because
attack
they weren't
the other
attacking
way?
on the side. That's why, dude. They weren't attacking on the side that much.
I think as far as strategy goes too, they kind of focus on that right side because of Carvajal.
Carvajal. He's older, and they need to attack where
Yeah.
they might get more success.
Yeah.
They go with wherever the probability is higher to score him.
Yeah.
And if it's on that side, they're going to keep attacking because they just want to tire out that guy.
Or it's probably because he got a yellow card.
That's it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot goes into it, you know. I remember
It's strategy, dude. Pep is not these coaches now, or all these people that strategize think about the probabilities. It's no longer about is he gonna have a good game, bad game. No, it's about probability. And hey, we're gonna do this. You're gonna continue running this. You're gonna continue doing this play. These are the top 3 plays we're gonna do because these have been the most successful. And that's what they do. But Real Madrid does it where they'll block out that they try to cover up the probability of the mistakes, and that's where they went today. They were just going to attack once or twice. I literally was talking to this with my coworker. Real Madrid wasn't afraid to put down their ego and park the bus. They literally parked the bus.
They did.
And I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
even.
think, the goal was like their only shot on target. I
Yeah,
think.
dude. Hey, what's the point? Like, why are you trying to do something out with somebody that will have a better strategy than you? What can you do? Try to at least stall them. Stalemate. Stalemate's still a stalemate. What did they get? Succeeded to go to the PKs where it was going to be 50-50 and they had a
I mean,
Best chance.
best chances to pass.
at the end of the day, like we all say, the result is what matters at the end. Yeah, like the second half of the first half and the second half was all City.
Mhm.
They had possession, they had the
Completely
shots,
agree.
but I mean, the defense came through And yeah, they did park the bus. It worked out. That's why Pep Guardiola was like, I'm not gonna talk shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge him.
I'm not gonna judge him. Like, we had all these chances. We didn't do shit. We had the second best player in the world last year, who many people thought he should have won it. Didn't do shit.
But didn't he get taken out
because he didn't do shit.
He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you the strategy worked for Madrid. The game plan was that, and I'm not even. I'm confident to say their game plan was like, hey, we're not going to be able to beat them, but we will be able to have a 50-50 chance.
And I think a lot of it came down to I don't know if Rudiger was the one that said it, but I want to say it was. I'm not too sure though, but somebody said that it honestly was going to come down to that Rudiger-Haaland battle.
Yes.
And obviously Rudiger won that battle. Yep. So that kind of affected all the rest of the game, which...
Well, if you saw the last series, what happened when they took out Rudiger and they put Militao and it was Alba?
Yeah.
Haaland had a field day with them. And what was the first leg? Rudiger was on them. They didn't do shit. But as soon as they switched back to Militao, I believe the center back was Alba, he was able to do whatever he wants. Why? Because he was able to bully Militao. I'm sorry to say. I love Militao. I think he's one of the... Before the injury, top 5 at least.
That's what Ancelotti said.
Yeah.
He's like, when you ask like who he thinks the best defender is, he said Militao. But
against, depending on the player he's playing against, he could have an.
And that was a game last year that they were like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Yeah, why didn't you keep
Rudiger? Had an amazing game. Why not continue it? Now you're putting in this guy who you don't even know. Like, there's that risk of him not performing well, and that's what ended up happening.
But good thing is that Rudiger showed that he should be the starter until they take him out, until somebody outperforms him.
He's not losing that position. I mean, Nacho did a pretty solid job too.
Well, the reason I feel that Carlo Ancelotti last year gave it to Militao because the year before that they had won the Champions League and Militao was a big factor. He was a really big factor in the series before that. That's why people might be able to criticize, why didn't you keep with Rudiger? Well, yes, he had the first leg, but the Champions League beforehand, Militao did have a better series and did prove himself.
I think at that moment, Militao was like the number one center back for Real Madrid. Whereas now, definitely things have changed, and now it's Rudiger.
Rudiger, why? Because he's the most consistent. Majority of the players have been getting injured, dude. Yeah, and he's the one that he's been. Whew.
And like I said, it comes down to it just being it's a game of moments, bro. Yeah. Whoever's in the best moment, that's who's going to be picked best, And that's what at that time Militao had been having the better moments. Now it's Rudiger. Araujo has had his really good moments. Kvaratskhelia has really, really good moments. And that's honestly what it's about. That's why when people do the whole, even the Messi-Ronaldo debate, like, during this end time, from this year to this year, Ronaldo was the better one.
Yeah.
And then from this year to this year, Messi was. And then from this year, like, that's what people are saying. Last year, Haaland had a really good season, and he was the best one. Right? So I think that's what it ultimately just comes down to, just being a game of moments. And some moments last longer than others.
I mean, with Haaland, like if he's not scoring goals, he's just known as a
poacher.
Yeah, like a flop. Like if he's not scoring, he's not doing. He's not.
Is he just a better version of Chicharito then?
Hey, don't think he's not that good.
And that's why I say, last year he scored all these goals. He had the most goals in like the EPL. He broke a record, but it's like, okay, that was only a category where he was excelling in.
Well, who's the legend of Manchester United that keeps on saying that? Honestly, if it wasn't for the PKs and somewhat of the tap-in goals, he's a second-tier striker. He doesn't.
Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane said it. Like, honestly, if you really start breaking down some of the goals that he scored,
he says he's a championship-level player.
Yeah, he technically is, because his ability to contain the ball is not there.
It's people. I've also saw a video on Instagram where they're doing, how they do the possession before the games and like the short-sighted, like just keep away. And he would lose the ball and like he would give it away and then he would just like not control it. And everybody was like, "Oh, look, he's bad." And it's like, honestly, there's players that aren't like that don't have that ability, but that's not what he's in the fucking pitch for.
No.
Everyone's like, he's there, like his literal job is to score goals.
Yep.
And when
sometimes
when it comes down,
some players don't need the technique; they just need the moments. Like honestly, players.
So then, would you put that person over someone who has,
penalties.
who's able to create plays, who's like I said, facilitator, who can score goals, who can dribble,
Es quiere decir Messi, ¿verdad? Dile que diga Messi.
I'm just saying, like,
Look,
I think
I'll say this.
Describing Chicharo, bro.
Chicho Dios. That's it.
Well,
No, but look, the thing is, it also depends on the team. Like, if it wasn't for this Manchester City, Haaland was somewhat successful with Dortmund, but he wasn't fully to his full capabilities because Dortmund couldn't provide him the assist that he's getting right now at Manchester City.
Mm-hmm.
So it does come down to what type of players are around him, who's able to deliver those plays for him, and who's creating those plays, and how they tactically attack.
So are you taking away from his excellence last year?
I'm not taking away anything because at the end of the day, he did win it.
Yeah, but you're saying that like he had a lot of help from his team.
Well, Messi had a lot of help too. Ronaldo had a lot of help. It's not an individual sport. It's not fucking tennis, dude. It's not golf.
That's why that award is kind of iffy because it ends up coming an individual award, but then it's like, oh, did you team win titles?
Yeah,
it's like
because they really don't base it off like.
Yeah,
just pure
so
goals
what should you
pure that?
What should you focus it on? Like
That's
like you're
what's
saying,
the hard thing because it can't be beneficial to just one player. It needs to be equal to everyone.
let's put
Now,
the
the
best.
best-
It's a business.
Now, the best thing I can
Doesn't
tell
have
you
any
is
weight.
this: we can't really say, "Oh, it should be only for goals." Why? Because what if one team gets more PKs? What if there's a player that's really good, really fast, like Dembele? Like, what happened today? What happened yesterday? He got a PK real quick. Why? Because he's speedy and someone wasn't able to time it correctly. There's just players. Sometimes that team has faster players and able to get into the box and get more PKs. And then there's other plays that they get outside the box and they're able to get better centers, and that striker that's really tall is able to header it in. Like that's what sucks, dude.
That's why for me, I've always put individual performance over like
But how do you
championships.
how do you narrow down individual
the player ratings,
the player ratings?
the ratings that they get like after the games, like
let's say how many they get per add them all together at the end of the season.
like their average.
See, that would be a good way to go about it because then it would literally be just based on facts on like this and like you just like you said the average you accumulate all the ratings from that calendar year. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. If
And that's for me like Ballon d'Or is individual.
Yeah,
it's like
be
I don't
like
care
that.
if you
ended up winning or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that.
That's actually not a bad idea, to be honest, because at the end of the day, because I think the NBA does it too. Like they do the ballot, and the ones that do it are writers or publishers or something like that.
Well, that's how the Ballon d'Or is coaches and
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're coaches and captains.
Yeah.
But they do it over here in the NBA by how do they do it by?
I have no idea, but
I think it's something similar, but
no
again,
idea, nor do I care about the NBA. But
Yeah.
carry on.
but that's because I forgot how they did it.
let's go Lakers. Purple and yellow.
Lakers,
But
Lakers
again,
in 4.
I think that would be also a good idea. I do agree with you. Like adding up all their stats at the end of the day.
Especially now that it's gone to the game, like the game has really gone very like statistically like driven.
Yeah.
Where you see that.
where you take away the emotion, away everything.
Like they say right now, Mbappe is the best player in the world. If he makes it to the final, he doesn't win. Let's say Madrid takes it.
Bellingham,
Like,
dude.
are you gonna have Bellingham as the
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or?
Dude, first season?
Apparently, there's a current like ranking for the Ballon d'Or right now. Do you see it?
No.
Jude was first.
Yeah.
And then I think Colin. No, not Holland. It was.
See, if they had Holland second, that would be like, bro. There you
But
go.
you know who was third?
Messi.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I saw that
Facts.
guy. I was like, for what, bro? He can't even do it on a cold night in fucking Monterrey, bro. Forget doing it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke, bro. He couldn't do it in a cold night in Monterrey.
I would have a. Damn, that would be good.
Dude, because Bellingham has been tearing it apart in the La Liga. And he has been doing a lot in the Champions League when they needed him. And he got injured. I don't know if you guys have seen that. He's injured on the left shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
And he's been playing through it.
Okay, but what about
Phil Foden?
what about
Phil Foden-
Cole Palmer? Does he come
No.
into the conversation?
No. It's too early.
But he has the same amount of goals as Haaland in the EPL.
That's why I don't have Haaland in the freaking top 3. Like, okay, Bellingham, Phil Foden, I would have him.
Well, the thing about Palmer is he's not even he wasn't even able to compete in the European leagues, or was
Yeah, I mean, but it's, still putting up numbers.
No, to have a fair shot to say, oh, I should be.
But okay, so that's what we were saying.
It comes
It's
down to the
individual performances. He just scored 4 goals.
Yeah, but then again,
And
are you just
before
gonna
that,
take
he
from La
scored 3
Liga?
in
Are you just gonna take from their league, or are you gonna also add up the league, whatever competitions you're in, and add them all together? Because what if?
Well, it has to be from every game. If you're gonna do that rating like average, it has to be from every game, no matter.
But it's not going to be fair. What if one player has like 85 games and the other player only has 50?
Then the average should still be the same. If you average a high rating in those 50, your average is gonna be the same no matter how many games.
No, but wouldn't they add up all the 85 and then they would only add up 50?
Well, yeah.
So wouldn't it be? What if this guy has only 10 bad games and this guy has the same 10 bad games, but it only affects this guy?
That's not how it works, though.
How would it work?
Because the average would still be based off of how many games you play. So the consistency aspect of it would still be comparable. Because the fact that it's only 50, say 10 of those are bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
The average is still going to come out, like, as far as the percentage-wise goes, it's still going to be the same. Whereas 75 out of 85 would still be pretty much the same. Right, because you're being divided.
Huh?
Because of the percentage, right? I don't know. We're not mathematicians, bro.
No, dude, I don't think it.
I think it wouldn't really.
That's why we need Danny here. Danny's a mathematician.
Danny, come on, bro. You're over there throwing hatchets and shit, and you can't make it out here.
Yeah, we might have someone else join us at some point, but
It might be have to do his schedule, make sure he's not double booked or triple booked.
Yeah. So shout out to Danny. shout out to Danny.
Still love you, Danny, even if you show up once every 3 months, at least.
yeah.
But he might leave early though.
Yeah. If he listens, because apparently he doesn't. He only listens to Joe Rogan.
Shout out to Joe Rogan.
If you're listening to this podcast, comment Danny come through.
Yeah.
Danny come through.
Danny.
Comment.
All right, again on YouTube, wherever you're listening, wherever you get your podcast. Nah, but probably not wherever, because I think it's just Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. On YouTube Music too, on the app, if you guys use that, but apparently I don't know if you guys do because you have to pay for that. But on YouTube for sure. Again, we'll put this out very soon. You guys good? Any last words? Anything else any other teams you wanna trash talk before we go? We'll get it off your chest.
No, I just know that Real Madrid is going to win the Champions League. So no worries, Peps. You'll be crying that day.
It's been a tough couple days being a Barca fan.
Welcome to the United world.
Yeah. So
Hope you stay a while.
Hope you do stay a while with them.
I'm optimistic.
Misery loves company, sir.
I'm optimistic.
Right. With the wiser words, misery loves company, and United is usually misery. So come join us.
One thing I know for sure is I am not perfect, so I'm already on the right track.
All right.
Don't we know it, dude?
All right.
Little bit of advice for our homie Kaka.
It's okay not to be perfect, sir.
Ending the episode with some truth bombs, with some knowledge, with some wise words after this midweek mania. All right, well, do we have you guys again? Don't be afraid to subscribe, like, comment. Get involved in the comments again on YouTube. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. If you know any sponsors, we'll take them. Send them our way. We're trying to keep this going. It's kind of hard sometimes to get the time together, but we'll continue to produce. Whether it'll be me and one of these guys, both of these guys, like we said, maybe Danny, but we're gonna keep it going, right? Keep it going for as long as we can, and send us some sponsors our way, guys. We're not too picky right now.
Subscribe to Spotify, please.
Support Barcelona, yeah. like and subscribe. Follow on that Spotify account. Support your boy Pepe and his Barca. Make him some money, get on that Spotify application. So apparently somehow I had to join, so I'm supporting them now. I wasn't on Spotify until I started putting these podcasts out.
It's the only reason why I'm here.
Yeah, that's what he had in his contract. He had that clause was it has to be on Spotify, support Waxel, or I'm not doing it. So that's why we're on there. And any last words?
No, thanks for watching. If there's any other topics, any other sports, you want us to talk about, I'm not exactly sure if we're just kind of focused on soccer, but I mean,
At least for the meantime.
Cool. But, any other feedback you guys have, let us know.
Questions, comments, anything you guys want to hear about us, just, get involved. Don't forget to get involved. Probably start putting some content out on the socials too. Not really sure yet, but we'll probably have to, start getting that out there. Put some clips.
Yeah, I mean, we're not for this whole cancel culture, so feel free. Like comment whatever you want. No hard feelings.
Get the conversation going,
Let's
keep
go.
it going, and let us know what you guys think. Again, you're listening this far, appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Share it, like it. Again, I can't say that enough. We need that. Gotta want to keep growing. Trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, guys. We're at 10.
That's just all we're halfway there.
Everybody started somewhere. So get the word out, share it, like it. And this is Pitch Please, Soccer Podcast. Not too serious, we're just having fun. Talk about things. Have a little sip of some naughty juice.
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
He meant apple juice.
Yeah, sorry, I meant apple juice, not naughty juice. Yeah. I was waiting for that. All right, so with that being said, again, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Omar Guti.
Luis.
Pepe. Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
Peace. Goya.
Oh.